Have you ever wondered why we celebrate the new year on January 1st, or how people in the distant past marked the start of their year? What if I told you that some of today's most beloved traditions, like resolutions and fireworks, can be traced back thousands of years? From Babylonian kings surrendering their power to Aztec priests reigniting the world's flame, ancient New Year celebrations were as dramatic as they were meaningful. Welcome to Armchair Archaeology, the channel where we uncover the stories that shaped our world. Today, we'll explore how cultures across the globe, from Mesopotamia to Mesoamerica, welcomed new beginnings with fascinating rituals, cosmic connections, and powerful traditions. Stick around to the end, because I'll reveal how the New Year's Day we celebrate now was once banned by religious leaders, sparking controversy that lasted for centuries. Before we dive in, are you subscribed to Armchair Archaeology? Did you know that over 90% of our viewers aren't? By subscribing, you'll become part of a vibrant community dedicated to uncovering history's greatest mysteries. Also, have you checked out our new ebook, Secrets of the Ancient World, Mysteries, Technologies, and Lost Civilizations? It's filled with captivating stories about lost cities, ancient technologies, and unsolved enigmas that you won't find in your average history book. If you're as passionate about the hidden corners of history as we are, don't miss this incredible resource. Get your copy through the link in the pinned comment. Our journey begins in ancient Mesopotamia, where the Babylonians celebrated one of the earliest recorded New Year festivals, the Akitu, taking place over 12 days around the spring equinox. Akitu marked the renewal of life and the promise of agricultural abundance. It was much more than a festive gathering. It was a deeply symbolic ritual that reinforced the bonds between the gods, the king, and the people. The festival was dedicated to Marduk, the Babylonian god of creation, who was believed to have tamed the forces of chaos. Central to the celebration was a dramatic ritual involving the king. In a humbling display, the king was stripped of his royal garments and struck by a priest, symbolically demonstrating his submission to Marduk. This act wasn't humiliation for its own sake, but a public affirmation that the king ruled by divine favor. Once forgiven, he reclaimed his crown in a grand procession to Marduk's temple, re-establishing harmony between the divine and earthly realms. Akitu wasn't only about political symbolism, it also served as a ritual cleansing for society. Babylonian priests recited their creation myths to reaffirm cosmic order, while the city underwent symbolic purification rites. This reset for the year ahead reflected a shared hope for prosperity, protection, and the continued favor of the gods. Think of it as hitting the cosmic refresh button, kind of like deleting all those unread emails to start the new year guilt-free. The scale of the Akitu Festival, spanning nearly 2 weeks and involving the entire city, shows how deeply ancient societies tied their calendars to the rhythms of nature and their spiritual beliefs. Just as we use fireworks and countdowns to mark transitions today, the Babylonians' Akitu Festival symbolized their reset of cosmic order for the coming year. For the Babylonians, the new year wasn't merely a date, it was a reenactment of creation itself, a chance to bring cosmic order into their everyday lives. In ancient Egypt, the new year was called Wepet Renpet, meaning the opening of the year. This celebration was closely tied to the annual flooding of the Nile, a life-giving event that revitalized the land and marked the start of the agricultural cycle. For the Egyptians, the Nile's inundation wasn't just a natural occurrence, it was a divine gift that sustained their civilization. Wepet Renpet was heralded by the appearance of Sirius, the brightest star in the sky, which re-emerged after months of absence. This celestial event was so significant that it shaped the Egyptian calendar, establishing the foundation for the 365-day system we use today. The star's return coincided with the flooding of the Nile, reinforcing its association with renewal and abundance. Temples across Egypt became the focal point of New Year's festivities. Priests offered prayers and sacrifices to the gods, particularly Hapi, the deity of the Nile, seeking blessings for a prosperous year. The celebrations spilled into everyday life, with families feasting, singing, and expressing gratitude for the year to come. For the Egyptians, the new year was also seen as a moment when the barriers between the mortal and divine worlds were especially thin. This made it an ideal time for rituals and offerings, as they believed the gods had a heightened presence and influence over earthly matters during this period. Through Wepet Renpet, the Egyptians harmonized their agricultural cycles, astronomical observations, and spiritual beliefs. It was a vivid expression of their understanding of time, not as a simple sequence of days, but as a cosmic rhythm connecting the heavens, the earth, and humanity. In essence, Wepet Renpet wasn't just a calendar marker, it was a time to celebrate renewal, divine favor, and the interconnectedness of humanity with the cosmos. Fascinated by how ancient civilizations tied their beliefs to the cosmos? Hit subscribe and join us as we uncover even more stories like this. Moving to ancient Rome, we find a pivotal moment in the history of the new year. Before 46 BCE, the Roman calendar began in March, coinciding with the arrival of spring. However, Julius Caesar reformed the calendar, introducing the Julian system and officially moving the new year to January 1st. This change was symbolic as well as practical, aligning the start of the year with Janus, the two-faced god of beginnings and transitions. Janus was the perfect deity for the occasion. It's like the ultimate multitasker. Janus was basically the original inventor of New Year, New Me, with one face looking back at the past and the other gazing forward to the future. He embodied reflection and renewal. Romans celebrated the Kalends of January with public and private festivities. Homes were decorated, sacrifices were offered at temples, and people exchanged symbolic gifts such as figs and honey for sweetness and coins for prosperity. The Kalends also introduced a tradition that remains familiar today, making New Year's resolutions. Romans pledged self-improvement and personal commitments, aligning their goals with the hope and order Janus represented. This practice emphasized individual responsibility as part of broader social harmony. A fascinating detail about the Kalends is its political undertone. Roman leaders often used the day to strengthen bonds with their citizens and soldiers, granting favors or bonuses to ensure loyalty. These early New Year bonuses reflect how the festival served as both a celebration and a means of reinforcing authority. By dedicating the new year to Janus, Caesar not only anchored the Roman calendar in a powerful cultural symbol, but also influenced how later civilizations, including ours, viewed this time of transition. The Kalends of January remind us that the new year has always been about hope, gratitude, and looking forward to new possibilities. The Romans weren't just celebrating, they were setting the stage for the way we think about time and transitions even today. If stories like these captivate you, you'll love the insights in our ebook, Secrets of the Ancient World. It's packed with tales about civilizations that shaped our world in ways you wouldn't expect. The new year hasn't always been celebrated on January 1st. In medieval Europe, the timing of the new year was a contentious issue, with both religious and political implications. The Church sought to align the calendar with Christian values, often moving the new year to coincide with religious feasts like Christmas, Easter, or March 25th, the Feast of the Annunciation. January 1st's association with Roman paganism made it a target for the Church's reform efforts. Early Christians viewed the revelry and gift-giving traditions of the Roman Kalends of January as frivolous, even sinful. Some regions replaced the celebration with solemn observances or linked the new year to more pious dates. This conflict came to a head in 1582 when Pope Gregory XIII introduced the Gregorian calendar. This reform not only corrected inaccuracies in the Julian calendar, but also re-established January 1st as the official start of the year. Yet, adoption wasn't immediate. Protestant nations resisted the change, viewing it as a Catholic imposition. England, for instance, didn't officially adopt the Gregorian calendar until 1752. The debate over the new year wasn't just theological. It reflected cultural tensions between old and new traditions. In some Puritan communities, New Year's celebrations were outright banned, dismissed as pagan excess. For decades, observing the new year on January 1st was seen as rebellious. This period of conflict highlights how something as seemingly universal as the new year can be deeply influenced by religion and politics. It reminds us that our modern celebrations are the result of centuries of negotiation between tradition and reform. In ancient Europe, the Celtic festival of Samhain marked the end of the harvest season and the beginning of the new year on November 1st. This deeply spiritual occasion celebrated the transition from light to dark, life to death, and past to future. For the Celts, time was cyclical, and Samhain was a liminal period when the veil between the worlds of the living and the dead was at its thinnest. Communities gathered around roaring bonfires, extinguishing the hearth fires in their homes and relighting them from the communal flames. This act symbolized unity, purification, and renewal. The bonfires also served to protect against malevolent spirits that were believed to wander during this transitional time. Food offerings were left at doorsteps to appease the spirits of ancestors or wandering souls, ensuring their blessings for the coming year. One of the most intriguing customs of Samhain was the wearing of costumes and masks. People disguised themselves to either blend in with or ward off harmful spirits, a practice that evolved into the modern tradition of dressing up for Halloween. Celts also carved faces into turnips, using them as lanterns to scare away supernatural forces, an origin story for today's jack-o'-lanterns. Samhain wasn't solely about survival or fear. Druids, the Celtic priesthood, conducted rituals to foretell the future, providing guidance for the year ahead. It was a time to honor the cycles of nature, family, and community, bridging the gap between what had ended and what was to come. Through Samhain, the Celts celebrated life's transitions, finding strength in their connection to the unseen world. This ancient festival reminds us of the enduring human desire to find meaning in the changing seasons and cycles of time. What do you think about Samhain's connection to Halloween? Would you revive this festival today? Let us know in the comments. Nowruz, the Persian New Year, is a tradition that dates back over 3,000 years and remains a vibrant celebration today. Rooted in Zoroastrianism, one of the world's oldest religions, Nowruz falls on the spring equinox, symbolizing the renewal of nature and the triumph of light over darkness. Preparation for Nowruz begins weeks in advance with Kanetakani, or shaking the house. Families clean their homes from top to bottom, symbolically clearing out old energy to make space for the new. On the day itself, the focal point of the celebration is the half scene, a table set with 7 items that begin with the letter S in Persian. These include sprouts for rebirth, vinegar for wisdom, and garlic for health, among other symbolic items. Often, a goldfish swimming in a bowl is added to represent life and energy. If only clearing out bad luck was as easy as tossing out old wheat today. Imagine throwing your to-do list into a river. Nowruz isn't confined to a single day. The festivities stretch across 13 days, culminating in Sizda Bedar, a day spent outdoors in nature. Families gather in parks or fields, sharing picnics and enjoying the fresh air. As part of the tradition, they discard sprouted wheat into a river or stream, symbolizing the release of bad luck. This ancient festival reflects the Zoroastrian philosophy of balance and renewal. The equinox itself, a moment when day and night are equal, serves as a cosmic metaphor for harmony in the human experience. Think of it as the universe giving you a perfectly balanced to-do list for once. Nowruz is more than a New Year's celebration. It's a timeless cultural legacy. Its themes of renewal, community, and connection to nature resonate across centuries, showing how deeply humanity values fresh beginnings and the promise of brighter days ahead. Nowruz reminds us of the timeless connection between nature, community, and renewal, a theme that runs through many ancient traditions. For even more fascinating stories about how early civilizations viewed the world, check out our ebook, Secrets of the Ancient World. It's a treasure trove of ancient wisdom and mysteries. The Chinese Lunar New Year, also known as the Spring Festival, is one of the oldest and most enduring celebrations in human history. Unlike a fixed date, it aligns with the lunar calendar, falling between January 21st and February 20th. This ancient festival marks the arrival of spring, symbolizing renewal, family unity, and the banishment of bad luck. Preparations for the Lunar New Year begin weeks in advance. Families clean their homes to sweep away misfortune and decorate with red banners and lanterns, a color symbolizing prosperity and protection. On the eve of the new year, loved ones gather for a feast, featuring symbolic dishes such as fish for abundance and dumplings for wealth. This celebration is deeply rooted in mythology. According to legend, a ferocious beast called Nian terrorized villages at the start of the year. The villagers discovered that Nian was afraid of loud noises, fire, and the color red. To drive the monster away, they lit firecrackers, displayed red decorations, and banged drums, traditions that persist today in the spectacular Lunar New Year fireworks and lion dances. Another cherished custom is the gifting of red envelopes, or hongbao, filled with money. This practice, originally intended to protect children from a spirit named Sui, has evolved into a symbol of good luck and blessings for the year ahead. The Lunar New Year combines themes of renewal, myth, and familial bonds, offering a vivid example of how ancient traditions continue to shape modern celebrations. Its enduring appeal lies in its universal message, the hope for happiness, health, and prosperity in the year to come. In South India, Ugadi marks the Hindu New Year and the beginning of spring, typically celebrated in March or April according to the lunar calendar. The name Ugadi translates to the beginning of a new age, and the festival reflects themes of renewal, balance, and embracing life's many flavors. Preparations for Ugadi begin well in advance, with homes thoroughly cleaned and decorated with intricate rangoli patterns and garlands of mango leaves, which are believed to bring good fortune. On the day itself, families gather for prayers, seeking blessings for prosperity and harmony in the year ahead. One of the festival's most iconic elements is Ugadi Pacha Adis, a unique dish made from 6 ingredients representing the 6 tastes of life: sweet, jaggery; sour, tamarind; bitter, neem flowers; salty, spicy, chili; and tangy, raw mango. This dish embodies the philosophy of accepting all emotions, happiness, sadness, anger, and surprise, as part of the human experience. By tasting this mixture, participants symbolically prepare themselves for the ups and downs of the coming year. Astrology also plays a significant role in Ugadi. Priests or astrologers traditionally read the Panchanga, or almanac, during the festivities, interpreting celestial movements to predict fortunes for the year ahead. This practice underscores the festival's deep connection to the rhythms of nature and the cosmos. Ugadi is more than a New Year celebration. It's a reminder to embrace life with all its complexities. Its focus on renewal, family, and spiritual balance reflects a universal human desire for new beginnings and harmony. Through Ugadi, ancient philosophies remain alive, blending culture, food, and celestial wisdom into a timeless tradition. Life's sweet, sour, and spicy moments are what make it meaningful, just like history. If you agree, give this video a like to show your support. In ancient Mesoamerica, the Aztecs observed the New Fire Ceremony, a dramatic ritual that occurred every 52 years at the end of a full cycle in their calendar. For the Aztecs, this was no ordinary celebration. It was a moment of cosmic renewal, during which the survival of the universe itself hung in the balance. As the ceremony approached, an eerie stillness descended upon the land. Fires in homes and temples were extinguished, leaving cities in darkness. People discarded old belongings, symbolizing the end of one era and the readiness to begin anew. On the final night of the cycle, priests ascended the Hill of the Star, where they performed a crucial ritual. A sacrificial victim was laid on an altar, and a new fire was kindled on their chest, a signal that the gods were still appeased. This sacred flame was carried to relight fires in temples and homes across the city, restoring light and life to the community. The ceremony wasn't just about ensuring cosmic order, it was also a deeply communal act. By sharing the new fire, the Aztecs reaffirmed their unity and their place in the universe. The stakes of the New Fire Ceremony were extraordinary. The Aztecs believed that if the ritual failed and the fire could not be kindled, the sun would not rise, plunging the world into eternal darkness. Talk about pressure. Imagine hosting a dinner party where the universe depends on you getting the candles lit on time. This intense belief made the ceremony both awe-inspiring and terrifying, uniting the people in a profound act of faith. The New Fire Ceremony exemplifies how ancient civilizations viewed time as cyclical, with each new beginning requiring a dramatic renewal of cosmic balance and harmony. The Aztecs' New Fire Ceremony was just one of many ways ancient cultures intertwined cosmic events with everyday life. If these rituals intrigue you, our ebook, Secrets of the Ancient World, dives even deeper into how early civilizations balanced the earthly and the divine. It's an essential read for anyone passionate about history's mysteries. As we celebrate the new year today, it's easy to see echoes of ancient traditions in the ways we mark the occasion. While the specifics have changed, the themes of renewal, reflection, and hope remain universal, connecting us to the past in unexpected ways. Take New Year's resolutions, for instance. This practice has roots in the Roman Kalends of January, where people pledge self-improvement to honor Janus, the god of beginnings. Similarly, the Babylonians used the Akitu Festival to make promises to their gods, reaffirming their commitment to order and prosperity in the year ahead. Fireworks, a staple of modern New Year's celebrations, also draw from ancient customs. The Chinese Lunar New Year tradition of setting off firecrackers to banish evil spirits has evolved into the dazzling pyrotechnic displays we enjoy today. These explosive visuals symbolize driving away the past and welcoming a fresh start. Food, too, carries symbolic weight. The Persian half-seen table and the Hindu Ugadi Pacha Adi remind us of the importance of nourishment and unity in welcoming new beginnings. Modern New Year feasts often reflect this same emphasis on community and abundance. Even the idea of marking time through symbolic acts has ancient roots. The Aztec New Fire Ceremony involved extinguishing all fires to symbolize the end of a cycle and reigniting them to welcome the new. Today, countdowns to midnight serve a similar function, uniting communities in a shared moment of transition. These connections remind us that while traditions evolve, the core of what makes New Year's celebrations special, the desire to reflect, renew, and celebrate, remains timeless. Across the ages, humanity's hope for brighter tomorrows has stayed constant, making every new year a continuation of ancient legacies. New Year's celebrations may vary across cultures, but they share a timeless theme: the desire to reflect on the past, renew our spirits, and look forward to what lies ahead. From the Babylonians' Akitu Festival to the Aztecs' New Fire Ceremony, each tradition carries a profound understanding of life cycles and the importance of new beginnings. As we've seen, modern customs like resolutions, fireworks, and festive feasts are not just contemporary inventions, they're rooted in rituals that have connected humanity across centuries and continents. These traditions remind us that the passage of time isn't just about turning a calendar page. It's about embracing change and reaffirming hope for the future. If you enjoyed uncovering these ancient traditions, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Armchair Archaeology for more intriguing tales from the past. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure. Which ancient New Year tradition resonated most with you? Let us know in the comments. And as we continue to celebrate the start of each new year, remember that we're participating in a legacy thousands of years in the making, one that unites us with the past and each other.